Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's a girl Churches Stitches. In today's video, I'll be sharing with you guys how to make a crossbody bag with side pocket. Thank you so much if you're a returning subscriber. If this is your first time in this channel I share dressmaking tutorials and bag making tutorials. Subscribe to this channel for more beautiful videos like this to come. Turn on your notification bell to be the first to be notified when I upload new video. Without further ado, let's get straight into the making of this crossbody bag. I'm working with Ankara fabric for this crossbody bag and I added interface to it. I folded the Ankara fabric once and the length is 12 inches while the width is 11.5 inches. The first step I'll take is to add the outside pocket of the bag. From the beginning of this material, I'm going to mark down 3 inches. From that line I marked 3 inches, I'm going to mark down 1 inches. Between that line of 3 inches and 1 inches, I'm going to divide it. After taking all this measurement, you're going to have 3 lines. I'm going to mark in 2 inches just like this on both sides. From that line I marked 2 inches, I'm going to mark in 1 inches. Between the 2 inches line and the 1 inches line, I'm going to create a triangle. You're going to follow the center line to open up the angles you've created. So I'll use my razor to just make a small line before I use my scissors to now trace the triangle out. At this point, I noticed that I marked the triangle the wrong way. The pointed part of the triangle should have faced my scissors just like this, but the pointed part was not facing it. So I'm just going to remark the shape of the triangle. I'm going to use this blue chalk to remark the triangle so that you see the difference between the first triangle and the second triangle. For you not to make this mistake again, just know that the pointed part of the triangle will face the center part of the marked line. When cutting the triangle, just make sure that everything aligns in the same line Don't cut one part to be excess or longer than the other so that it won't affect the shape of the bag when adding the zip. When cutting out your zip should be a bit longer than the opened part. I cut out another Ankara fabric to work as the inside pocket of the bag. The length is 11.5 inches and the width is 10 inches. I'm going to pass the zip through this opening and place it this way. I'm going to use my pin to pin this part just like this. I'll go right on my sewing machine and stitch it. After I was done adding the zip, this is how it looks like. I'll be adding this inner Ankara pocket to it. This front part, I'm going to place it on top of this first zip. Then the second part, I'm going to place it on top of the second part of the zipper. I'll go right to my sewing machine and stitch up this opened part. After I was done stitching up this opened part, I'm going to pass in this triangle inside to top stitch on the zipper and also to make the edge of the side of the zipper neat. When you want to top stitch, you first of all top stitch this side and take this inner pocket inside like this, and you top stitch again starting from the side and end in the other side just like this. After I was done top stitching, this is how it looks like. And this is the step you take to form the side pocket of your bag. I have another tutorial on how you can add the zipper to any bag. I'm going to drop the link in the description box. For the flap of the bag, I cut out 11 by 11 inches. I added interface to one part of the flap, while I did not add any interface to the second part of the flap. So this is how it will look like after I'm done joining it to the main body of the bag. I'm going to fold this part of the flap that I added interface to create a curve on it, cause I don't want the shape of the flap to come in a four corner way, but instead in a curve way. After forming the curve on the flap, I'm going to place the second material for the flap, good face to it, and go right to my sewing machine and stitch it just like this. I'm going to create a notch at this part I stitched and turn the flap inside out. After I was done turning the flap inside out, I'm going to go right on my sewing machine and top stitch on it just this way. I'm going to get the body of the bag, and at this back part I'm going to place the flap. But remember, we added interface to one part and we never added interface to one part on the flap. So this part that I added interface will face me, while the part that I never added interface will face the material, just like this. The reason why I face the interface part this way is because I'm going to be adding my magnetic pin to the parts of the flap with interface. I'm going to go right on my sewing machine and stitch up the both side of the bag. I'm also going to stitch up the both side of the lining for the bag. After I was done stitching the lining and stitching the body of the bag, this is how it looks like. So you are going to check if the stitch part of the lining and the stitch part of the bag rhymes together. The reason why you should check this is because sometimes when adding the lining to the bag, the lining becomes excess. So to avoid any excess, make sure that the both stitching is equal. I'm going to be giving the bag a base. I'm going to come down this down part of the material that is closed. From that part I stitched, I'm going to mark 1 inches in and mark 1 inches up. I'll do the same thing to the second part and cut it out. I'm going to fold it this way and go right on my sewing machine and stitch it up. After I was done forming the base of the bag, this is how it looks like. The next thing is now to add the handle of the bag. I'm working with a belt for the handle of this bag. The length of the belt is 52 inches. I cut down the small part of the belt to add the ring to it. So I added my ring to it, and one part of the side of the bag, I'm going to place it this way and use my pin to hold it. Then I'm going to get the belt without adding a ring on it. I'm just going to place it this way. I'll go right to my sewing machine and stitch it. After I was done stitching the belt to the bag, this is how it looks like. The next thing is to add the lining to the bag. So I'm going to turn the lining to the good part of the bag and I'm going to pass it inside. Just watch carefully what I'm doing. I pass it inside the bag this way. The bag is faced at the wrong part, you understand? But the lining will be faced at the good part when you want to just add it inside. And I'm just going to pin it and go right and stitch it up. So after stitching it up this way, this is how it looks like. I'm going to turn the bag inside out. So guys, for the lining to be relaxed, I'm going to top stitch on it round. After I was done top stitching, this is how it looks like. So right now, I'm going to be adding my adjuster to the belt. When adding the adjuster to the belt, make sure you place the belt and the belt is straight. And I'm going to get my adjuster and just pass the belt through it this way. So watch carefully on how I'm going to add this adjuster to the belt. So after I was done adding the adjuster to the belt, this is how it looks like. The next thing now is that I'm going to be adding my magnetic pin to the bag. And to add this magnetic pin to the bag is just basically find the center of the bag and where you want to place the magnetic pin and target it with a chalk. Then you can place your magnetic pin from there. After I was done adding the magnetic pin to the bag, we're basically getting done on the making of this bag. The next thing is to open up the bag and fold the rough edge of the lining. So guys, these are the steps I took in making this crossbody bag with side zip. If this video was helpful to you, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Drop a comment on the comment section below on what next you would love to see me design. Subscribe to this channel for more beautiful videos like this. Turn on your notification bell to be the first to be notified when I upload new video. Thank you guys for watching, and I can't wait to see you all in my next tutorial. Bye.